That way we have it. So welcome everyone to the second training for Dash to Director. So excited for all of you. We have Zaya executive Tasha Bading, who is going to be talking about finding your system, your groove, and kind of going through how to work that into your routine and whatever tips and tricks and nuggets that she wants to share. So I'm going to turn it over to her right away so that we can make sure we try to stay within our time. And then if anyone has any questions, you can chat on the side. I'll try to look at those as she's talking. And then at the very end, we can open it up for any questions. So Tasha, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Everybody can hear me, right? The classic Zoom. Okay, very good. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining in. I know Megan this afternoon said, I don't know, she was hyping up my VIP group or whatever. And I was like, oh crap, I better get my stuff together and give you guys some good tips. So some of the stuff that you're going to hear is maybe not new to you, but I am just here to kind of share what I do. Like many of you, I work outside the home. I have a family. I have busy, active kids. I like to work out. I got to keep the house together. And so much of it, I feel like I don't want people to overwhelm and feel like you can't find the time to run your Zaya business, and you can actually really streamline so many of your processes. I'm kind of like a queen of notes in my phone. And a lot of people on my team will know that. Like I've got scripted things that I will use for myself so I don't have to duplicate efforts. I'm not constantly retyping things. Even outfits of the day, I have those saved in my phone so that when I'm doing parties, anything I have like streamlined with notes. So if you're not using notes, that's one tip we'll get into. But kind of want to just get started, and I wrote notes, and I'll try to keep myself on pace here. But Megan obviously talked about the 4 steps, okay? And I'm just going to touch a little bit on my process of doing those 4 steps. Some I'll spend a little more time on than others. I'm going to focus mostly on my VIP group just because I feel like that's an important part of your business as well. So number one, if you guys have a pen and paper handy, I'm just going to have you a few times write some things down that that I feel like are good reminders that you can look back on after the fact. So number one, my goal in business is to build trust. And honestly, this will come into play in all of those 4 steps, okay? My goal is to build trust, whether it's with my customers, with teammates, et cetera. I want them to build a level of trust in me, in our brand, in our products, et cetera. So keep that in mind as you're doing all of these 4 steps. So number one was Megan's step of reaching out. You know, we have a lot of options out there. I think Megan shared a lot even on our Connect page about scripts that you can use for reaching out. I'm not going to talk a lot about this one because there's a lot of tools out there already. But one thing that I like to say, and you've probably heard this already, is stop diarrhea of the mouth. That's the other thing maybe you want to write down, okay? I looked back on some of my very first messages that I sent, probably within the first month or 2 that I started. I looked back in Messenger at some of those messages, and I was like, oh my, what was I thinking? Like, it is diarrhea of the mouth. Like, don't do that. Don't overwhelm everybody. Keep it simple. The number one thing I think is important is in building trust is just having a conversation, okay? It doesn't have to be, oh my gosh, we have this, and it's $295 start kit. You can get all this, you can get all that. Don't do that. Like, it scares people off. Even those scripted messages, granted, I do have scripted messages in my notes. I use those for cold messaging on Instagram in certain scenarios. But for the majority of the time, build trust through a conversation. So in your reach outs, maybe it's just connecting with someone initially, and then, hey, as you get visiting with them, I'm doing this. Have you ever heard of Zaya Active? So very simple messages, okay? That's one of the things I like to say is less is more. So number one, stop diarrhea of the mouth. Number 2, less is more, okay? Keep your conversation simple, build a conversation, work from there. And then I know Megan probably talked a lot more on it, so you can take over from there. So that's about all I want to talk about on reach outs. Next step, as Megan said, parties. We all know parties are the key, okay? Back to building trust. The party is your first step in gaining trust from a customer, a potential rep, a potential hostess, etc. For all of you that have been doing this, think back, all of your customers and teammates, how many of them have come to you from a party? Or are you just getting all these people randomly calling you and saying, hey, do you by chance sell leggings, or do you have a jogger that would go with? No. Okay, you guys, all of our customers, not all, but a great majority of our customers are coming to us from a party, okay? I don't have very many people that call me up and say, hey, I'd like to rep that line you would. They were probably they were probably in a party, they probably purchased, maybe they hosted, etc. So parties, parties, parties. We have stressed it over and over and over again, but they are the key. And that is the very first place that you're trying to build trust. Okay, so I am doing everything I can during this party to build their trust in our brand. So my goal in every party is to show them versatility, quality, variety, and uniqueness of our product. So make it a point to show your customers or show the group. They may not buy something right then and there, but you want to build their trust that you have a brand that offers versatility, quality, variety, and uniqueness. And you can throw in there a great economic perk to it, is that we're a lot cheaper than most other brands. But that's the number one thing in my parties. Now, if we want to talk about my system for parties, I'll touch briefly on that, and maybe as we're done, you guys can ask questions. But like many of you already know, I'm a firm believer in Post My Party or any scheduling app. That's what Megan was using when she trained me, and that's what I train my people to do as well. It is a game changer. Like I said, I do work outside the home, so having something to run those scheduled parties is seriously a game changer. So I, as a system, run all my parties from Tuesday to Saturday. It works simple for me. Whatever works for you guys is best. I feel like it's a good time frame. I encourage my hostess. I set my groups up like the Friday or Saturday before, gives the hostess all weekend. And the number one thing too, coach your hostesses, okay? Build that trust, build that relationship, have communication with your hostess prior to the party. Granted, there are some days where I'm like, I want to get a party booked and she wants to start it tomorrow. Heck yeah, I'll get it started tomorrow. But if at all possible, give them 3, 4, 5 days to do it. Not everybody is on social media as much as we are. They may, want to sit down at one point in time, maybe on a Sunday night, and invite all their friends. But just give the hostess some some guidelines, some steps, a definitive date of when she should have her guests invited by. One other thing I've mentioned too is I have all my hostesses send me a picture of themselves in their Zaya if they have one. If they don't, I just ask them to send me a picture of themselves anyway that I use in a welcome post. So sometimes as the party gets going, it's during the week, everybody's busy, and I'll be like, oh, do you have something you can post? Just get that stuff ahead of time. It's kind of a little tip. It helps coach your hostess along that you want them to be involved as well. I can't stress enough also that it's important to go live before your party starts. So my parties always start on Tuesday. On Monday night, I'm hopping on live. I'm introducing myself. I talk about obviously what Zaya is, when we were founded, what we offer, all the sizes, our return policy, our boutique style inventory, new release Wednesday. And I even throw in my story of how I became a rep and how, instantly I'm planting a seed in that first welcome video. Maybe they had they might not at all be thinking about it. They're just thinking about what they might be purchasing during this party, but plant that seed right away about what a joy it is to be a rep. Why do you enjoy being a rep? So share that in your welcome video. It's so important to go live in your parties, especially the night before or the kickoff the morning of your party. So let's see what else about parties. One other thing is mostly importantly also is all those people that are in your group or in that group, you want them to follow you after the fact. So make sure that if you are using Post My Party, my parties end on Saturday, like 5 days later, I have a post that says, hey, all the good stuff happens in my VIP group. Make sure you join here, and I link my VIP group. So if you're not doing that already, because sometimes during the party, as you know, if we have a lot of posts going on, people get a little overwhelmed, you get shuffled with all the lost of it all the many posts. 5 days after the party is over, they maybe still have their notifications set to all posts, or even if they don't, I like to throw that out there after the fact. And you'll be surprised how many people you will get to join from there. I have also used giveaways where they get extra points if they join my VIP group. So sometimes maybe that's a little bit of bribery, but it's so important to get people in your VIP group and watching. And if you build their trust, like I say, during the party, and they're interested in what we have, they will come along and follow along with you and watch you. So, okay, so I won't talk much more about parties. We can talk a little bit more on that after the fact. Now, don't get too wrapped up in your parties that you have going on and forget that the most important party that's going on all day, every day is your VIP group. So jot that down. The most important party that you have all day, every day is your VIP group. So here's where I kind of had my system, and I like to say, and I know I've heard other people say it, I kind of like to brand myself. I like to do things consistently, same every single week, but yet just a little bit different. So here's what I'm saying. Number one, your Zaya business isn't the most interesting thing about you. Write that down. Your Zaya business is not the most interesting thing about you, okay? It's super important, but it's not always interesting. So something I like to think here is, say you're gonna get together with all your Zaya friends and you're gonna go out for drinks or coffee. I don't drink coffee, so say we're gonna go out for drinks. Are you going to sit and talk about Zaya the whole entire time? Probably not, okay? You're going to talk about your life. You're going to talk about what's going on, what you did today, what you have coming up this weekend. So just a reminder, you guys, your VIP group, we're all about building a community, okay? We're building trust. You want to show them you, not just your business. Now, don't get me wrong. You should be constantly and consistently posting about your business and what you have to offer. But there are more interesting things than just your Zaya business. So I like to jot down, hey, maybe you're a parent with active kids. What are you up to? Does it hurt to post what you did on the weekend? If you were, like, for example, at a ball game with my kids, we had Zaya on all weekend. I may post a picture about, with my son included, that we were at a ball game. Maybe you're a college student and you're juggling books and fun and work and whatnot. Maybe you're single and you have some funny stories to share about dating. Maybe you volunteer somewhere, talk about that. Maybe you're obsessed with sour cherry balls, which is me, or Smart Start cereal. Yes, I have talked about sour cherry balls and Smart Start cereal in my VIP group, and you wouldn't believe the interaction that it gets. It just shows that people are watching and people will engage if you build trust, build relationships, and communicate, okay? So don't just talk about Zaya. Maybe you love working out and you start sharing a little workout, which is what I did however many, over a year or some ago, and I have continued to do a Tabata in my VIP group. You don't have to do this. I'm just saying these are just other ideas. Maybe you love books. Share a book that you've read. Maybe you make a really great cookie, a monster cookie, or your daughter makes granola. I just posted about that in my VIP group this week. Maybe something you're proud of. Okay, you get my drift. Your business is not the only thing, okay? It's not the most interesting thing about you. So include something about you. You're building trust from your customers, okay? Just include some other pieces in your VIP group. All right, here's my system, what I do. Every Monday morning, and I'm consistent with this routine. I don't know whether it's right, it's wrong, but it has worked for me. I have had success in my VIP group and keeping customers engaged. Every single Monday, every Monday morning, I do a 4-minute Tabata workout. I've had people join in and watch. I've had, and then every year in December, I do it for the whole month and have people engage and do it. It's just something I've done, and it's maybe that's kind of like my little branding thing. It's Tabata with Tasha, okay? That's just something I do. I used to think nobody was watching. There were so many Sunday nights I'd be like, I do not want to get up and do that Tabata. I will get a random text message from a customer saying they are inspired by my workout. Her and her husband are doing them. Like, I didn't know people were watching because nobody likes it, nobody comments. people are watching. Okay, don't focus on the likes, don't focus on the comments. People are watching, and later on, you know, there's something about it that you have to offer that now they trust you. You've built some kind of relationship with them. Tuesday, I always make a point to draw interaction to your VIP group on Tuesday. Why? Because we all know what Wednesday is. Bring some kind of post to your VIP group on Tuesday that will generate some interaction. Maybe it's a, hey, this or that, which one do you like, this or that? Or what are you guys having for supper tonight? Or one of those interactive posts. There's so many out there on the marketing group or anywhere. There's anything, you guys. My little thing that I've done is Tasha's Tuesday Truth. I make a point to post some kind of quote. Sometimes it maybe has to do with current events, the season, maybe it's a joke. Last week, I think I saw one. I had actually just gone to the grocery store, and there was a little image about everybody in the produce section that is scared to death to lick their fingers now to get the little produce bags open. I mean, it was just fitting with the times with COVID and everything. And you just post that out there, and some people will like that I forgot that we're even in my VIP group. So again, just shows you people are watching. So come up with something. It doesn't have to be a Tuesday. It can be anything. I'm just giving you examples of what I've done. But I like to say Tuesday, make an interactive post. Something to bring some engagement and some involvement in your VIP groups. Wednesday is an obvious day, but something a little bit more unique. You know, we all have the images that we say New Release Wednesday. I have what I would somewhat say branded myself. I have created an image that has a little filter and it says New Release Wednesday. I always put a picture of myself, always. Instead of a stock photo, it's just a picture of myself, and I post that every Wednesday. I do sometimes maybe put some stuff out there if I've seen a sneak peek or something on Instagram to try to generate some interest, but always post a picture about New Release Wednesday. Whether it's yourself, whether it's a stock photo, doesn't matter. Obviously, make sure you're posting, and I know everybody knows that. Thursday and Friday, I kind of just do what I see fit, but most importantly, I like to usually come on live. I sometimes feel like I come on live too much, whether it's for a quick burst or, gosh, talk about the new releases or something new in the line, etc. Thursday and Friday, I like to just kind of play those by ear. Saturdays and Sundays, I kind of like just do what I have on for the weekend, some kind of weekend wear. What we're doing, basically wearing and sharing, like we all know, is so important. So lastly, I like to talk about giveaways and jot this down. Don't give away too much, but do reward your customers and keep them on their toes. Okay, I have kind of developed a little system as well for giveaways. I definitely do random giveaways, but I don't do giveaways all the time. I did a prize board, which so many of us have done. So try to plan ahead on those. One of the things about working it into your creating a system is plan ahead. You can spend so much time thinking about a promo or thinking about what you're going to do, but just put a plan into action, write it down, get it in writing, and know what you're going to do ahead of time. Don't be on the night before Valentine's Day trying to say, oh gosh, should I make this fancy, and spend a half hour trying to make an image. Try to just kind of look ahead, know what's coming up, when you maybe want to run a special. But then obviously there's times you want to just throw a Friday feature in, or a free shipping Friday, or whatever. But prize boards are awesome. I've done those where I'll just plan ahead and say, okay, the whole month of March is going to be a prize board where if you spend $25, you get your name on the grid. When the grid is full, I'm going to draw a winner for a $25 gift certificate. Okay, that's it for the whole month. I don't have to plan anything else. Maybe in April, I'm going to do a bra blitz. If I sell 15 bras, someone's going to get in the drawing for a free bra. Okay, then in May, I'm going to do a legging challenge, or maybe October, I do a legging challenge, etc. You get the drift. I don't do a lot of like thinking every week, oh, should I do something this week? Should I do something this week? Now, that's not to say that when I get whatever in that white mock sweatshirt that I fell in love with, that I'm not going to come on and say, you guys, this is super good. I'm giving you 10 bucks off this today only. I do a lot of one day only. If you're paying attention to my VIP group, you get it. If you don't, sorry. It's a one day deal. I don't do a lot of Thursday to Friday type sales or whatnot. So little one day promotions here or there, buy more, save more, etc. But for the most part, I plan all of my giveaways ahead of time. and kind of stick to them. So I think that's it on that. Now let's talk about follow-up. Follow-up is so incredibly important. I do feel like that's something I've done well with, and that's a great way to build the trust. Every single customer that purchases from me, I personally text them. Now, a lot of us use Messenger. A lot of you have, whatever your system is. Personally, I text. I know everyone always usually has their phone on them. In my almost 2 years of being a rep, I have never once been told not to text somebody. So I just want to throw that out there. If someone doesn't want to get the text, they won't answer, but I have never, ever been told, how'd you get my number and why did you text me? So maybe I built that trust throughout the party. I don't know. But I just have had success with texting. So now, as soon as a customer purchases, whether it's in a party or my VIP group, the very first thing I do is create an image and a little thank you. And again, I kind of brand myself. I have the same image that I use every time. I just drop in a new picture. Simple. I don't have to recreate this image every time. So every purchase that gets made, instantly when I see that order in my back office, I create the collage and I text the customer. Hey, Susie, thank you so much for your order in Megan's party. I hope you love those peak zipper joggers as much as I do. So what I did right there is I created the image and I also wrote in the text what party she was in. I don't have to go to my back office to look up what she ordered and what party she ordered it from. I have it right there in my text message. And again, I'm building a little bit of conversation. It's not like a scripted, anyway. So as soon as I do that, I text the customer. Now, I might not get around to posting that in the VIP group or on the party group until later. In my parties, I like to clump them all together at like the end of the day, and I call them party shopper shout outs. I don't like to post them as received just because Post My Party is running and there's a lot of posts going, and I just feel like that's just my personal input. But in my VIP group, then I will usually also clump some of them together. Maybe it's the day after Make Room Monday or new release and say, hey, all these people took advantage. Look at these fun things going out. Some people don't like to have their stuff posted. They'll tell you that. That's fine. You don't have to do, this is what I'm saying, just what the system that I've done. But I will then, so the first thing I do is text them a thank you. Almost always they respond, I'm so excited to get my stuff. Usually that always gets a response. And I just saw Megan just said voice text is great. That is also great, especially when you have, I feel like as you've built the relationship a little bit, I find that a great way as well. But yes, voice text is fantastic. Now, when I get those shipping emails, which yay, the emails are back. Hopefully they're back for everybody. When we get those emails, my system is that I do not delete an email until I have followed up with that customer. So I get the shipping email, and I will have emails sitting in my inbox. As soon as I see that the tracking has a definitive delivery date, I hit that tracking and I use my little up arrow on the phone and I text that to that customer. I already have their contact in there because I sent them the thank you. Hey, Susie, that order should be to you by Friday. Please let me know what you think of the fit and quality. End of subject. And they always say, oh, awesome. I didn't know it would be here already. Well, that's great. Okay, so I've made 2 contacts with them already. Most of the time, they will send me a message back and tell me how it fit. If I don't hear anything, I will send them yet another message. Hey, I see that was just in your mailbox today. Can't wait to hear your review on it. So at that point in time, by now they've heard from me 2 or 3 times. I've got a lot of trust going on with them. And a lot of it, I've almost created some other conversation as well. It might be whatever, but we've created a little dialogue. So when they get that product, I'm at this point now open to helping them out with an exchange. Because honestly, you guys, if you don't follow up, sometimes those people, if something doesn't fit and we didn't get that follow up, they don't want to bother with calling someone and handling a return. And it leaves a bad taste in their mouth. So I feel like even it's a good thing to, when something doesn't work for a customer, that you've made that contact, because they're more likely to say, well, you know what, this doesn't really fit me quite like I'd like, but I'll keep. I'm like, no, like I wouldn't keep it myself. You're not going to do that. We're going to get you what you want. So, so important to do that follow up. Now, as soon as they say, oh my gosh, this was like a dream pair of pants, you know, whatever. Obviously, my next comment is going to be, you should host a party just like Susie. And I don't have to look in my back office. If I have 4 parties going on, I have the dialogue right there that said it was Susie's party. Then I can just say, gosh, you should host a party like this. Super easy, super fun. And what do you have to lose? Most of the time, not, you know, maybe not, maybe I'll think about it, whatever. That's where I utilize, I'm not a big paper person. If anybody even gave me a little bit of a vibe, I use iCal on my phone, and I drop a note in my phone that says, follow up with Susie from Jane's Zaya party, and I'll give her like 3 weeks, and I'll put it in my phone, and I'll put the little alert on so that it reminds me to do it. And then I'll make sure and go back in and say, hey, what do you think? I'm booking for February, mid-February. Can I get you on my calendar? So I use a lot of verbiage, you should, or instead of what do you think about, I do a lot of you should do this, kind of assertive with my messages. So let's see. What else am I missing on my follow-up? I think that's about it. Okay, one other thing now, as soon as she gets her product, she falls in love with it, she agrees to book a party. This is the perfect world, right? It doesn't always happen like that. We get the party on the calendar, we book it. I will wait, usually that's, you know, a week or 2 out at least in my scenario. So I will give her a little bit of time. And then if it's someone that has purchased a lot, I will text them a little reminder and just say, hey, just a reminder, the party's coming up. You don't need to do anything. I always tell my customers, you don't need to do anything if you get any auto-generated emails from Zaya. Don't let that confuse you. I will get in touch with you when your group is set up. And they usually respond, great, looking forward to it. I will always throw in there, if you're interested in joining as a rep, we could run this party as your launch party. I offer that opportunity to every single person that books a party with me. So I am instantly sharing the rep opportunity with a party hostess. It gets their mind thinking, hey, you want to make all the commission and earn all the rewards on it. I will run this party just like we would have, but it'll be from your website. It gets them thinking, okay? So even if they aren't going to do it now, if they decide to do the party on their own, or, you know, if you do it your own, you've planted that seed, okay? Now you can use your hostess credits if you'd like, okay? But you've kind of at least introduced the idea to them. So, so make sure you do that. Your party hostesses, don't count them out before the party starts as a potential rep. Make sure you message them or give them that opportunity. Okay, what was the last one is share the opportunity. Obviously, I've kind of led into that already. One thing maybe that you can write down about this, well, I've made a note to myself. I present the opportunity to everyone who books a party with me. Once the date is set, I offer the idea of a launch party, which I just talked about. Jot this down. Take yourself out of the equation. Get excited about what someone could create for themselves. Take yourself out of the equation, okay? You are just the means to the awesome, okay? But present it to them about what they could do with an extra paycheck, what they would maybe want to spend money on, but they can't. What's something they wish they had time for, but they don't right now? Has anyone ever talked to you about Zaya? Have you ever thought about starting a side hustle? Not join my team. We can, you know, take yourself out of it. Show them what's in it for them. And I know we all do this, but just as a reminder, sometimes I personally think that, you know, just keep saying, join my team, maybe sounds a little selfish, maybe a tiny little bit. I do it myself. So I'm not saying that it's totally wrong, because I do want everybody to join my team because we're fun and we have a great group. But I do want to present it more to, hey, could you pay off some student loans if you did this? Could you maybe take your family on a vacation, or your kid has braces or whatever? Just take yourself out of the equation and show what's in it for them, okay? Let's link arms instead of join my team. There's so many different ways, I think, there to share the opportunity. How did I do on time? Did I go way too fast? That's 30 minutes. I think that's what I was told I was supposed to have. I don't know, you guys. That's my system. It seems to work. Parties seem to go well. The only thing I did not touch on was group parties. If you haven't done a group party yet, I have been doing those now since summer, and they are game changers. Multiple unrelated hostesses, one group. They all have their own links. It's a huge time saver. It's one time going live. It's just one group to maintain, but they all have their own, and it brings more engagement to your group as well. And honestly, sometimes I think the hostesses, even though they say they love it because they don't want to be in the spotlight, they get kind of competitive. Like they'll text me and say, oh gosh, none of my people are commenting and Lisa's are going crazy. Like, and she didn't even know Lisa. So then she's messaging her people. So sometimes I think that has that little benefit to it as well. So, but most importantly, be efficient, plan ahead, make notes in your phone. I touched on that very first thing, but like I mentioned, first day of my parties, when I come on live and show an outfit, I always show a light and tight, an all-star bra, and a certain tank top, one of my favorites. I have notes in my phone with the descriptions, with the little moon, all the emojis. All I have to do is copy and paste every time, copy and paste. I'm not retyping. Light and tight, firm compression, high rise, great, many colors, inseams options available. Streamline your processes. You guys, we're doing this all the time, all of our parties. Like, create some notes in your phone where all you have to do is copy and paste. And someone, even on your team, as you're starting to build a team and coaching people, gosh, I can't remember how you buy a gift certificate. Guess what? I have a note in my phone, copy and paste. Here's how you buy a gift certificate. What do I do about returns again? What are those two different options? Oh, hang on a second, copy, paste. There you go. This is how you do it. Text me if you have questions. All right. And I encourage all my team too. Copy those and put them in your phone, okay? You don't have to keep asking me. I'm not being rude about that. But honestly, if you have notes in your phone and you keep, a consistent pattern, and I know some of them on here will probably know that I have sent so many notes and it's just copy paste. But I love to point that out, that with your outfits of the day, that's super beneficial too. I mean, how many times are you retyping the characteristics of an all-star bra? Put a note in your phone, copy and paste. So I'm all about efficiency, getting things done quick. We're all busy. We are all busy, but when you can streamline and take advantage of technology, you don't have to recreate the wheel all the time. So any questions or anything that I did not cover or?
Awesome. Thank you, Tasha. That was seriously so good. I'm reading all the comments. Everybody's calling you a genius. They're like, so genius. That's so smart.
See the comments, but I'm sure I could get this chat bar off here, or you can tell me if there's anything to ask.
Yeah, no, she said she is a genius. No, so good. There were two questions that I wanted to go back to really quick. One was someone asked, how many posts do you have total in your Post My Party? Do you think you have throughout a party?
I think I have 57.
Okay.
And that's the other thing, you guys. When I talk about building trust and showing versatility and stuff, take the time to keep your Post My Party up to date, okay? I know it's kind of cumbersome, but literally when New Release Wednesday comes, and if we get something new, all those graphics are made for us. The same time that I post, I will pull up Post My Party, drop in a few images. It's not that hard if you just do it a little bit all the time, instead of waiting and saying, oh gosh, it's been 8 months since I updated my thing. I'm showing stuff that's out of stock. New Release Wednesday, we all have those images. You're downloading them. My team knows I'm a big iCloud photo album person, so all of my images are completely categorized by Zaya bras, Zaya leggings, Zaya crops. Yes, I'm a little over the top, but then anytime a customer asks, all I have to do is go to my shared album and drop a picture. I personally don't keep any pictures in my camera roll. I use all iCloud shared albums, and they're all categorized. So anytime I take a picture of myself, drop it in the legging category, delete the photo. So I think I have about 57, but mine run from Monday to Saturday, and then that one that trails like 5 or 6 days later.
Okay. Awesome. And then one more was, okay, someone asked, do you have any idea, like for Post My Party, why sometimes it will show as like a sales ad? Any tips in there? Like sometimes it'll post as, how it does that, and then you have to change.
None of my Post My Party ones do that, but if I post just occasionally on my VIP group, it will. I don't put any dollar signs. I don't put any, I don't use the word sale in any of my posts. I don't use the word comment very often in my posts.
I know
And,
using the
yeah,
word sale does it, because I just had my sister-in-law just was doing a post and it kept doing that. And I said, take the word sale out, and she
yeah,
did. And then it didn't do it anymore. So I know
yeah.
sale will
And
cause.
and dollar signs as well. I don't have any prices in any of my posts, not a single one.
Okay. Okay. And then Kristen would like you to repeat the 4 things you aim to share in your parties, which I wrote these down. I want to see if I'm right. Versatility, quality, variety, and uniqueness.
Yes.
Yay! I get that. You get that, Kristen? Okay. So versatility, quality, variety, and uniqueness.
And I think that's so important, you guys. That's just building trust in the brand. Like, we have so much to offer, and if you show them those ways, I mean, you don't have to be a workout queen to wear our stuff, which is great to show them other means to use our product or wear our products.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to open it up really quick for maybe like 5 minutes. If anyone wants to ask Tasha any questions at all, just unmute yourself and ask away. One quick thing before I do that was, I don't know, I took like 2 pages of notes as she was talking. And it's amazing to me that we're such good friends because we are so polar opposite. She's so organized and I am so not. So I love it. But so I was taking all these notes and I love, love, love. I think the general like theme throughout everything she said was building that trust and like sharing that within the brand of Zaya about yourself. And I think that is so good. And that shows with Tasha's business just how much people do trust her because she has that repeat customer base, party base. Everything that she's built has been built around her branding herself and people trusting in that. So I think that is like the key thing to take away from everything that she said tonight, which was so much goodness. But that was the one thing I kept going back to as I was writing these notes is it's so important to gain trust in our customers, our reps, and then that will just help your success so much more.
And that's really done through conversation, you guys, and live videos. You have to go live. If you're uncomfortable with it, you got to get over it. It builds trust, you guys. It builds trust. You can be quirky, you can be funny, you can screw up. It doesn't matter. Don't sweat about it. Just do it because it will build trust in you. And you're building that community. Make it a fun place to hang out. Make your VIP groups a fun place to hang out. And again, don't make it all about Zaya. They're there for you. They can buy the leggings from anybody. So it builds community.
Awesome. Okay, Julie has a question. Do you follow up with people in the group that did not place orders? If so, how do you do that?
I've been seeing, and many of you maybe have been invited to other parties yourself, and I know some other companies. I was in a party here not too long ago, and someone did send me a message in Messenger that I hadn't ordered yet, and just as guilty, you know, you kind of, the week goes by and you didn't know when the party ended, and she sent me the link, and I was like, dang, that was a good idea, because I just clicked on it and bought. Personally, I have not. I need to do better with that. What I will do, however, though, is I will watch who's engaging and watching who's liking the post. And with those people, I will sometimes reach out to them and say, hey, the party's wrapping up. Was there something you wanted to get in yet on Lisa's party? But I don't have a system where oops, I think I froze. I don't have a system where I automatically shoot that out to everybody. It's a great idea, though.
I had a question. With your group parties, I've never done one of those before, so can you kind of explain that? Like if you have 2 different hosts?
Yep. I usually do 3 hosts max.
Oh.
And let's see. I don't know if Valerie is on here. Valerie, I can't remember. Oh no, hers was the launch. I do 3 hosts max, and I always get permission from each hostess to say, sometimes actually I use that as a selling tool to get them to do a party, because they'll be like, oh, I don't know enough people and I'm really afraid nobody's gonna buy. Hey, no problem. I have a group party going on and takes all the spotlight off of you. No need to worry about it. And I just had someone last week that said, yeah, I'll do that because I don't like to be in the spotlight. So 3 different hostesses, they all have, so in your back office, you're gonna set up their same event, just like you're running a normal party for them. They each have their own event. And then you just set up one group. So this one that I had going on this week was called New Year, New Gear with my 3 hostesses' names. And then I always use an introduction post, and I do a collage because I ask each hostess to send me a picture. And I say, please comment which hostess invited you. And then I just have, Team Julie, Team Leslie, Team Deanne is what I had this week. And then they just comment. So that's kind of too where people see like, oh, I saw her friends commenting. So she might be like, hey, she might help it along. But it's super efficient, you guys. They're huge. You can do 3 parties in 1 week with just one group going. One Post My Party, one time going live, and you're going to a much bigger audience. Did that answer your question?
Yeah. Did you say they each have their own separate links, like party links?
Yep.
Okay.
So, and I make a point when I come on live in the beginning to tell people that each respective hostess is getting their own rewards. I want that loud and clear. I repeat that multiple times throughout the party.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely know.
Do you have people order through the wrong links?
I've never had that happen.
Okay.
No, I've never had that happen.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Actually, in the party this week, I had someone not choose an event.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh crap, would that come from my VIP group or from my, so I did text each hostess and say, by any chance is this, and the name didn't match up. The gal had gotten married, so I couldn't search the group to find a mutual friend. I was like, oh, I'm stuck. But it was from one of the hostesses. So
okay.
you can,
perfect. Thank you.
I've never had one go in the wrong one, no. I have to read that one comment up above that somebody said the first time she ever watched in my group was when a Boyfriend hoodie restocked, and I put the song, it was Justin Bieber. Whoever said that. Yeah, I really did. I played, what's the song? Boyfriend by Justin Bieber. I had it playing in the background. My kids were mortified. Hey, maybe that was it. Maybe that's what everybody trusted me. Yeah, sometimes I'm quirky. Sometimes I'm really weird in my lives, but I don't care. I am me. Do you. You guys do you. Be yourself online. People like it.
Okay, one question here was, do you tag everyone in the party with posts?
Never. I get scared of that because a long time ago I felt like that put people in Facebook jail. So I don't tag my whole group. Is that still, do you guys do that? Is that still okay to do?
I have, and I haven't ran into any issues.
Okay, that's good to know. Personally, I do not. If people message me about something, then I will tag them like in a live, like if I did a jogger review, I will tag them and say, here's the video. And you guys, and maybe this is bad and you don't want this, but I give my cell phone out. So I will offer for people to text me if they have sizing questions. I prefer that over Messenger personally, because all my pictures are in my iCloud albums and it's easier for me to shoot pictures via text. So, but right away I've kind of hooked them in then. It's just like getting them in your Messenger. Once you have them, you have a conversation going and you can share stuff with them, so.
Okay, and then there was a question about too, like how many people do you think makes a successful party?
That varies. I have had a 10-person party and it was a stellar party, and I've had 50 people and a flop party. So it really, you guys, sometimes that's just the luck of how it goes. You win some, you lose some, but obviously the more the better. But and when you get the group parties like that, then if each hostess invites 20 to 30 people and 15 of them each join, then you've got a good solid 45, 50 people in the group that are interacting. But I don't think there's a magical number for it to be successful. To be successful, you have to show them the 4 things about our product that will help.
Okay. And then Post My Party, if you're doing the group party, how does that work with the multiple links, like to work with Post My Party?
Yep, you can put them, in the main one where you put the link, then when you set up the party, I just put my website. So I just list my website, and then my first post of the party, I tag it as an announcement, pin it to the top, and it has each respective hostess's link listed there. But throughout my party, I will just refer to my website because they're going to find it there anyway.
Perfect. Let's see if I missed any. I think I got
One quick question. It might be kind of specific just to me, but I don't know, maybe other people have had this. I have someone next week hosting a party that has been considering possibly becoming a rep. And I know that she can use the hostess credits at the end to buy the starter kit. If I had this as her launch party, would I have her become a rep before then? So she would get the
Absolutely.
commission?
Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. Every party hostess that I get, I present that opportunity to them. Why not? She can earn the commission and the rewards right off the bat. It's a win-win
So
for
then
you
for the
and her.
credit, like, how do you do that with the credits? Like, since it's at the end of the party,
Well,
you know what I mean?
no, it's going to be from her website. So she's going to earn all the commission and all the rewards, and then you're going to coach her how to close out. I mean, technically, once her launch party is over, if she didn't hit a certain level of rewards, that's just going to be her VIP link. She's going to keep it rolling. But you've got her. I mean, yes, that kind of goes back to every party hostess that you get. Present them share the opportunity up front before their party starts.
I think, Jessica, though, you were asking like the starter kit to use your credits towards the start.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sorry. She'd have to buy the starter kit.
Okay, and then just it wouldn't be like post enrollment.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes you kind of have to weigh it out because the commissions could end up being more than what she's paying for with the starter kit. So it's, let's see here. If someone had, should be a warm, we would go. Yeah, she was thrilled. Yep. Okay. So Norma, good point. Brilliant idea to refer the website. You can use your regular template. Awesome. Anyone else have any questions for Tasha? So many comments over here.
Well, somebody said, how many posts do I generally put on my VIP page per day? Really, usually no more than one. Unless it's a crazy, restock day and then I got to come back on and come live. But I probably go live, 1, 2, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a week, maybe, in that area, in that range. Sometimes it's super quick. Sometimes it's a little quick reminder Monday morning before I'm walking out the door to work. Hey, don't forget. I like to train my customers to go to my website and not wait for me to post. And again, I didn't talk a lot about restocks, but as you might guess, I have a Google Doc of all my restock customers. I don't have anything written down. It's all Google Doc. And when someone says, oh, that was really neat, shoot, or at a party, shoot, darn, that wasn't in my size. You know what I did? I just added them to that Google Doc, and I'll write a note. I write their name. I write the party that they were in, the item that they were interested in. So my brain is always spinning like that could be a potential customer. And if you can reach out to someone after the fact and say, hey, I know you loved that in Susie's party, but it wasn't available, I think you just instantly earned a lot of trust. I don't even remember where I was going with that. How many posts I do per day. So it just varies, but I do go live a lot throughout the week.
Yeah, she does. That's one thing with her VIP page, you guys. She goes live. I mean, it's almost, I would say almost every day, or you would try to. I mean, not like every weekend, obviously, if you're busy with stuff, but I think that's why she gets such good interaction out of her VIP, because she's always showing up and they're seeing her and she's sharing her life. And so people are wanting to follow along with her every day. So when they get that notification that says Tasha is live, I mean, I find myself doing the same, like, oh, what is she sharing today? I want to click and watch her, So I feel like that.
And don't get hung up, though, that you have to own everything to do it. I like to tell people that, too. Use posts from everywhere. So many reps are that marketing group I can't say enough great things about, because people post their reviews. You don't have to own everything to share everything, okay? Just if your system is going to be, okay, at least every Thursday or Tuesday you want to have an interactive post if you wrote that down, but maybe every Thursday you're going to feature a legging, something that was new from the week. Or maybe on Monday, you're going to feature something new from the week before. Anyway, just use some kind of system, and that's something that you don't have to rethink every week. Gosh, should I post today or should I post? Like for me, it's just my move it Monday. Tuesday, I do my Tuesday Truth. Wednesday is my new release day. I'm probably coming on live to talk about some restock, and obviously whatever I'm wearing. But just create a system and be consistent with it. That's the number one key in anything, is consistency and communication.
Awesome. All right.
Jamie, I had a question real quick. And maybe you said this. Did you say how far before your party you start adding people to it?
Like I mentioned, I personally run all my parties from Tuesday to Saturday. It just
Right.
works best for me. I set up my groups on Friday or Saturday. I tell the hostess she has to have everyone invited by Sunday evening because
By Sunday.
my first post is going to take place on Monday. So that's what I coach them to do. It's just what
Okay.
works for me. You guys, you can use any days that you want. I personally
Right.
like, obviously include a Wednesday. I like to have like my weekends free. Usually we're busy and I don't want to be tied to my phone. So Saturday, the wrap up day, you know, most people have either ordered by then or have had their questions answered by then. Then Sunday is like a free day. Monday is kind of free day. Party starts up again on Tuesday.
And do you have any tips to getting people either in your events or in your VIP to turning on their notifications other than?
No, I've been dropping a few hints here and there, even like I've mentioned, like doing a 1-day sale, and be like, you know, it pays to pay attention because I might run a flash sale personally myself, and when it's over, it's over. So I do drop some little hints in that here and there. I've said it in my lives as well. You know, make sure your notifications are on, especially with all these awesome restocks. You know, like just last week, I posted a picture about the reflectives, and I said, you know, gosh, I wish these would come back in. And I remind people like, you can get on my restock list, but it's super important to pay attention because I do work. I do have life going on outside that I'm not going to always, you know, I kind of coach them to be tuned into my page, or coach them to go to my website without me having to wait for a new release post, etc.
Thank you. Your tips are great. Very direct and to the point. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Anyone else before we wrap it up? Anyone going once, going twice? Awesome. Well, thank you again, Tasha. I know everyone got so many great tips from this, so appreciate the time.
Good luck. Kudos to all you guys for being here, because just by showing up, and I know a lot of people will watch this replay too, but it's awesome for you to show up and be investing. You'll definitely put some of those tips to work and you'll be successful.
Good night, or I'm gonna ground you. Like you're not listening.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night. And I will post the recording to our Dash to Director page, and I'll also email it out for all of your reps that we're not able to get on. So I'll try to do that yet tonight before I go to bed. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks, Tasha, again.
Good night. Thank you, guys.